I just want to touch on what you just said before on the trust, building the trust. When you're starting off, how important that trust is, and how important how you present yourself is to actually growing and getting the right type of clients come in. It's funny, on our most popular video on our Instagram is from Henry Dunham. It came on a few weeks ago. And generally on social media, the most popular videos are the ones that's sort of the most controversial, quote unquote. And all he said on the video was, you get two types of builders. One's got the odd socks and their hair sticking out, and then you got the guys that want to go and be great, And the amount of comments that are underneath there around, oh, mate, you don't need to. It's not about what you look like. It's not about how the van that what your van looks like. I know the best builders out there that have odd socks and hair sticking out, and they're the best builder ever. And that's true. I get that side as well. But when you want to build trust, when you want to get like those great projects coming through, right? Do you have any thoughts on that, like how you present yourself and around that part of the conversation?
Yeah, I've kind of always had that that sort of, look at that guy, he's got 20 utes on the road, and he's got an office and there's 15 people in the office, and like, man, he must be doing really well. But I always get pulled back down to ground and saying, that bigger's not always better, and I think, like you say, you could be one of the best builders in the world, but running a business is a completely different beast. But from a professionalism side of things, I think all those things that you sort of just mentioned do tick the box. For example, if I was to, walk in to meet a new client and, presented well, clean shaven, decent shirt on, jeans, like this, rather than coming in with my ripped stubbies and paint all over my t-shirt. And I could still be the same person, but it's just, I think that it just adds to that ticking of the box of professionalism. I think it just looks cleaner, and it's just like, okay, well, he presents well and he's clean, is his site like that, or is it a chaotic mess that, there's timber over there with nails sticking out of it, but he's done a bloody good job. I think it's, I think those sort of things, there's a sweet spot, I think, if we're going over the top versus, being at the right spot. And I think we're kind of there. There's always room for for improvement. No building company is perfect. There's always something else that you want. I need to focus on that, or change that, or park that till next week, and that ends up to be next year, and stuff like that. But I think, yes. We've got vans. We've got 4 vans on the road. Yes, we've got my clean ute. It's a professional image and a professional brand. And I think if you want to be up, top of the tree with that, I think that does play a part. I think there is a place for that. But I think for me personally, I've always been a family-run boutique-sized business. So I don't need 20 people in a crazy office, and to me, again, my personal values is bigger is not always better.
Yeah.
And that's, I think if you can run a really well organised team, you can be as profitable as the guy that spread thinly, potentially got a bit of speed wobbles with 25 guys, and but there's a time and a place. It's, we're obviously not the size when we're 8 to 10 people to go and do a massive commercial outfit, or massive commercial fit out, or whatever it might be. It's sort of, you've got to really find the niche that works for you. And the residential market is for us, it's, and building those sort of relationships. But on that trust sort of side of things that we talked about, you want to sort of scream to the top of the hills and saying, like, trust me, like, I'm a good person, like, I'm an honest bloke, but, there's the same old horror stories that everyone runs off of, deposit was paid and didn't see the builder again. He's now living somewhere in the Gold Coast or whatever. It's there's people that have those stories that of around the dinner table sort of talk that from friends have just kind of taint the industry, and we try so hard in our industry to gain 2 steps forward, and then we take that 1 step back. And it's just like you're always sort of striving to and we're getting there. I think we are. It's but it's not going to fix tomorrow. But it's I think it will just getting that trust from potential clients, potential architects, once you've built that relationship, you've got forever friends there. Like we've got some clients that we've worked for that, you know, they've taken us out for dinner at the end of the job and still catch up for a beer now and again, you know. You've got that forever friendship, you know, on a personal level as well as a professional level. So it's invaluable when you sort of get that.